everyone. Hey, E-King here once again, and this topic and this video here is going to be about a topic that's currently in the news right now. Normally, I'll say this, normally it's something that I don't talk on and or train on or make videos about. Usually I try to keep my videos all positive, upbeat, and with a purpose, meaning some kind of training, or hopefully you get something out of all of viewing all of the videos that I do. And so normally I stay clear of the anything controversial or politics and stuff like that, so to speak. But this video I'm making right now is about something that's going on currently in America, and I think it's something that it's a conversation that needs to be discussed, and that's the topic of all the law enforcement shootings that are going on across the country here lately. So I'm going to play a couple of videos for you, and we'll director's cut it, just as I always do in all of my other training videos. But these videos are in particular about the recent shooting that just happened in El Cajon, California, which is a law enforcement shooting, and the individual's sister, according to the videos that we're seeing, called 911 because her brother is disabled and was acting erratic or funny or just strange behavior, I'd say. And the guy wound up getting shot. I'll play the videos. We'll discuss that, and then to turn this into a positive training situation, we're going to go over just what you see right here on the screen. We're gonna cover talk about a little bit about the lawful use of force and the laws and regulations governing the lawful use of force. I think we'll talk about the lawful use of force according to law enforcement, and then we'll discuss the lawful use of force according to bail enforcement agents, and we'll discuss the lawful use of force for civilians as well. You'll see some similarities in all three of those, but there's going to be some clear distinctions, and hopefully we will walk away from seeing this video and you'll take away something as far as the lawful use of force, and maybe you can take away something that you can benefit from and help others to benefit from it as well. So let's go ahead and check out these videos, and after the videos then we'll talk about lawful use of force.
Department has released of a man who was shot and killed at 2:30 this afternoon. After an outcry from protesters, Chief of Police Jeff Davis made this statement.
The male subject paced back and forth while the officers tried to talk to him. At one point, the male rapidly drew an object from his front pants pocket, placed both hands together on it, and extended it rapidly towards the officer, taking what appeared to be a shooting stance, putting the object in the officer's face. At this time, one of the officers with the taser discharged his taser in an effort to subdue the subject. Simultaneously, the officer who had the object pointed at him discharged his firearm, striking the male.
No weapon was found at the scene. Friends of the family of the man who was shot say his sister was the person who was calling police for help after her brother had suffered a psychotic break.
She was in shock. The only thing she could say was, I called for help. I didn't call you people to kill my brother. I asked for help. I've been calling.
Now listen to this policeman's cavalier attitude, and the lady doing the recording of this does have a point with how the policeman is just so nonchalant and cavalier about the situation.
She told him he was sick and they didn't listen. And they shot him anyway. Excuse me. Do you have somebody like family
Telling him to take his hand out of the officer was telling him to take his hand out of his pocket. I said, take your hand out your pocket, baby, or they gonna shoot you. He said, no, no, no. And then he got right there, and when he lifted his hand out, he did have something in his hand, but it wasn't no gun. And that's when they shot him.
Okay, and you're filling out a statement.
Yeah.
And what was your name again, ma'am?
Oh my God.
And she said she called. She told him that he's sick. She's been telling him he's sick, and nobody came to help, and now he's shot.
Now you come and kill him instead of helping.
Ma'am, can you just step on that side real quick?
That's messed up. Her move. Step on the other side. Like, no type of compassion. Y'all just killed her brother.
Oh my God, you killed my brother!
Do you have somebody you could call?
I just called for help and you come and kill him!
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's do a brief recap before we dive right into the use of force here. In the first clip of this, the video that I was showing, we saw that the news broadcaster or reporter was stating that those people, the girl at the end of the clip was a friend of the family and was reaching out to her, and she was a friend of the family. And then we saw from the girl, her video that she was filming herself, that in fact she wasn't a friend of the family. She wasn't. I don't even think they knew each other. I think she was just a bystander there that was recording the whole situation. Again, now what I am not throwing any conspiracies out there or anything like that. I'm not saying this didn't actually happen. So let's not read too much into what I'm saying. What I am saying is that don't believe things just because it's coming from the media. Don't always take it at face value. Do your own due diligence and find out what the truth is for yourself. So that's all I'm going to really touch on as far as that goes. And I think what we're going to do here is wind this video down, and this is getting ready to turn into a two-part training series of videos, because I usually like to keep them between 10 and 12 minutes at a time. Studies show us that's usually the maximum amount of time that we get somebody and keep somebody's attention. So we're coming up just about to the end of this one. So in part 2 of this particular video, we'll dive right into the use of force and the information and where this information is coming from, I should say. The lawful use of force and this part of use of force is taken right out of the Bail Enforcement Network's handbook. The training guide is the very same training guide that is used to train bail bondsmen and bounty hunters, and has been for the past 21 years. So, and the statutes that are in the manual are the Kansas statutes. We'll talk a little bit about that in part 2. We might touch on, if time allows, some of the Colorado statutes. And we use those two states because obviously Kansas is my hometown, our state, and Colorado's the neighboring state, and that's where we do most of the training out of. That said, you can take the principles and guidelines that we're going to talk about in regards to the lawful use of force and apply them to any statutes for any state. So I'm going to wrap this one up right now, and I'll see you on part 2.